Hi everyone, welcome to Easy Accounting. Those who are new here, we want them to know that Easy Accounting is the India's first voice-controlled ERP system and GST-enabled accounting software based on voice recognition technology. Moreover, there are many unique features implemented in Easy Accounting which you might have never seen before. It is so easy and simplified that anyone can access it whenever they want with mobile or computer from anywhere in the world. For more details, you can watch the videos in description. Now let's continue. In today's video, we will see how to create or modify stock item, create godowns or warehouses, item category, item brands, stock related settings, and how to see stock related reports like stock report, nil stock, negative stock in different ways, and much more. You should see this video before you start using the software. To understand this video, you will need to use your brain, so watch it carefully. To create a stock item, you can click here on the stock item in creation section, or you can press Ctrl+K, or you can also say create item, create stock, item banao or stock banao. Create item. Then you will see this stock creation panel. First, understand the property of item. You can see two different icons here. First one is the pencil icon and the second one is the setting icon you should know before starting your work. First, let's talk about item type. Every stock items are categorized in different item category like laptop, mobile, chocolate, pen, paper, etc. To create any item type, click on this. Here enter your item type and click on create. You can also say value and your item type like this. Value paper. Now click on create.
Item category successfully created.
You can see it's created. Similarly, you can create all your item types which will be required by you. To see the list of item types, you can click on item category option in menu. You can also say display item category or item category dikhao. Item category dikhao. If you want to modify any item type here, you can click on this pencil icon. You can see the previous name of item type and now you can enter your new name like value printing paper. If you want to cancel, click on cancel or say cancel. Or to edit the item type, click on edit button.
Item category successfully updated.
Now to create brands per stock, click here on brand. Enter the brand name like Samsung, Dell, Ultratech, etc. You can use voice command value to enter the brand and then click on create like this, value Samsung.
New brand name successfully created.
To see the details of item brands, use this option brand name in menu. You can also say show brand or display brand. To modify this, click this icon, enter the new name and click on edit. To cancel, click or say cancel. Now suppose you have multiple godowns where you keep your stock items. So for that you can create and manage up to 4 godowns or warehouse. By default there is a main godown already created. You can create more by clicking on this warehouse, enter the name of godown, address of godown and click on create. To enter the name of godown you can say name or value, and to enter the address of godown you can say address like this, name new warehouse, address Main Road Ranchi.
New warehouse successfully created.
Now if you want to see all godowns, you can click on this option warehouses, or you can say display godown or display warehouse. Display godown. To modify it, click on this icon, change the details and click on edit to modify the warehouse, and click on cancel button or say cancel if you want to cancel it. Now let's see item unit. You can see there are some item units already created by default. To create more, click on this. Now here enter your unit symbol like kg, liter, DZ for dozen, CFT for cubic feet, CTN for carton, PCS for piece, etc. Here enter the full name of item unit like kilogram, liter, dozen, cubic feet, cartons, etc. Select the decimal places. This option determines the number of digits after point or decimal. Like for kg this is 3 because we can say 2.365 kg. For piece it is 0 because we can't say 4.2 piece. We will say 4 piece. So select this for every item unit according to your need. If you select this to 1, then you can only use 1 digit after decimal. For instance, if you enter quantity for any item with 1 decimal places to 6.53, then it will become 6.5. Here you can say there is only 1 digit after point, which is rounded up according to its decimal places. And now select unit quantity code. If you don't find your item quantity code here, you will select others. Now to enter these details with voice commands, you can say name for item unit name, decimal for number of decimal places, and code for unit quantity code. Now click on create unit to create item unit. Before creating the item unit, you have to keep in mind that once item unit is created, you won't be able to modify the number of decimal places and unit quantity code. So select these values carefully. Now to see the list of item units, click on item units option, or you can say display unit. And to modify item unit, click on this icon. See that you can't modify these two options. Again, to cancel this, click or say cancel, and to modify, click on edit unit. Now let's talk about this icon. You can change this property for stock items throughout the software. For example, suppose if you deal with items with part number, then it's okay, but suppose you don't need part number, instead you use serial number. So for that we can click on it and set this property to serial number.
Setting successfully applied.
Now you will see serial number for stock everywhere. Now suppose you have mobile shop, so you will need to enter the IMEI details for every mobile. Then in that case you can change this to IMEI number 1.
Setting successfully applied.
And change this to IMEI number 2.
Setting successfully applied.
Now understand it in clear way. Let's create an item. Item mobile, name Samsung C9 Pro, HSN 6309.
Item successfully created.
Now if you see your stock, then you will see that there are options set by you like serial number, IMEI 1, IMEI 2. Now if in the sale panel we add any item, you can see the property set by you. If you need some other details for item instead of IMEI details, then you can set that. Now suppose you deal with computers, laptops, disk drives, etc. Then you can set this property to specification, and there you can enter the technical details like 8GB RAM, Core i5 processor, 256GB SSD, etc. Now before setting of this property, you have to understand it. So for this property we can enter maximum 30 characters, and also it is unique. Means you cannot set this property with same value for more than one item. Like part numbers are always unique for every item. This property is not unique and its maximum length is 50 characters. Similarly, its maximum limit is 60 characters. Now these two properties are special. You can set this property value for every single item in your stock while adding it in your sale or purchase invoice. For example, IMEI details are different for every single mobile. So these two values can be set while invoicing. You can say this in sale panel and purchase panel too. Now in standard software you will see two inputs for item name. You can show items in two different ways. First, enter the all details in its long name and don't use extra details feature. And second, enter the name in short and use its details feature separately. To understand this, we are going to make some items. Say this. First we set property according to need. Set this to features and set this to specifications. Now we make two laptops with details in its name. Item laptop, name HP Notebook Core i5, 8GB RAM, 256GB SSD, silver, HSN 2540.
Item successfully created.
Now we are using shortcut to create another item. You can know about these shortcuts in our shortcuts video given in description. Now if you make bill for these items,
invoice successfully created.
You can view the item details in this format, all details in name. But if you use the second way, you can create these items in this way. Here in item name, enter the name in details which should be unique for every item. And then in the name, enter the short name which can be same for multiple items. And then enter the details in different property. Like this, we are going to modify these items.
Item successfully updated.
And now if you see the previous invoice, you can see that all the details are mentioned separately. Here if you don't want to show this item type column, you can do it in invoice setting. For more details, you can see the invoice setting video from description. Now to understand this property setting, let's see some more examples. Suppose you deal in parts of vehicles, then you will need part number which will be unique for different items. So we create some items. Item engine, name Pulsar bike engine, HSN 6045. Spelling 6045937.
Item successfully created.
Now try to create another item with same part number.
Part hash already exists.
As you can see the alert that part number already exists because this property is unique. So we enter different part number. Now if you add these items to invoice, you can see its detail. Now if you deal in mobile phones, then change this description 1 property to IMEI 1 and this description 2 property to IMEI 2 because this property can be set while adding any item in invoice. Hence we would be able to specify the IMEI details for every single item while adding it to the invoice. Now enter the details like this. Item mobile, name Samsung Galaxy Note 4, HSN 2345, color blue. Here leave the IMEI details to blank because you will need to enter this detail for every single item.
Item successfully created.
Now add this item to invoice. Here enter the IMEI details for every single mobile. As you can see, you can set these details for every single unit in sale and purchase too. Now if you have clothes store or grocery store or shop of any type, you can set the property according to your product like weight, size, quality, batch number, etc. Now what is alternate unit? If you deal with any item in 2 units like chocolate, you also deal in piece and box, where 1 box equal to 20 piece. Then select both unit. Here in item unit select the small unit. For instance, in this case piece is a small unit, and in alternate unit select big unit, which is box here. And you can see here you have to specify how much piece in 1 box. Here remember one thing, that once you set the item unit you will not be able to change it, and also this alternate unit conversion. To understand this, first we create item without alternate unit. Item chocolate, name Dairy Milk Seal, HSN 2059, MRP 85, brand Nestle, tax rate 3.
Item successfully created.
Now if you modify it, you can see we can't change its unit, but we can change the alternate unit as it is not set yet. But after we have set this, we can't change this alternate unit and this unit conversion too. Now if you are using regular software, then this HSN code is need to be entered for taxable items. But in composite software, it's optional. However, while generating automatic e-waybill, it will be required. Now select the nature of item, whether it is goods or service. Enter this property details of item we discussed recently. Now here select the tax rate of item. In composite software, we can see that we have tax rate along with taxable option. You can just select taxable here. These tax rates will be used for reverse charge calculations. You can see this in GST report of composite software video from description. Here select the costing method. If you select standard costing method, then the costing of the item will always be calculated according to the value of this standard rate. Or if you select average costing method, then the costing will be calculated according to the production and purchase related transactions automatically. And if you select this zero cost option, then the costing of the item will always be 0. Hence the closing stock balance of that item in this case will always be 0. To understand this, let's create an item with standard rate 1200 and opening rate 900.
Item successfully created.
Here you can see that its standard rate is 1200 and its average rate is 900 according to the opening rate. Now if you purchase this item, its average rate is changed according to the purchase rate.
Purchase successfully created.
Now you can see this. As you can see that its closing stock balance is calculated with standard rate because its costing method is standard. Now if we change its costing method to average,
item successfully updated.
See the details. You can see now its closing stock is calculated with average rate. But if we change its costing method to 0 values, then say this, we have closing quantity of this item but still its closing stock balance is 0, because now the closing balance of this item will be calculated with 0. Now as we have created multiple godown, so you can enter the opening quantity of the item godown wise. Like suppose we have opening quantity in this godown is 200 and we have opening quantity in this warehouse is 700. So you can see our total opening quantity is 900. Moreover, when you change your godown here, you can see the opening quantity accordingly. Now enter the opening rate of the stock. The opening amount is calculated. If your opening amount of the stock item is not accurate as per your closing balance of previous financial year, then you can enter the opening amount accurately. You can see now that the opening rate is automatically calculated according to the opening amount. Now to create the stock item, simply click on create. Okay, let's see how to see stock reports. So for stock report, click on list of stock or press Ctrl plus Shift plus K, or you can also say display item, display stock, stock list, item dikhao or stock dikhao. Display stock. As you can see, the list of your stock have some options to filter stock. First, if you want to see the stock of specific item types, then you can click here and select the multiple item types you want to see in report. For this, you can click to check it and click again to uncheck it. For all types of stock, check all. Here, if you want to see the items with only specific brands, then you can select multiple brands here. If you check all or uncheck all, then all the items with brands and without brands will be shown. If you want to see the items for which brand name is not set, then you can check none. Now when you get your stock report, you can show or hide the columns according to your choice. To show any column, just check it here, and to hide it, uncheck it. If you want to filter by stock quantity, then check or uncheck the positive stock, negative stock or nil stock accordingly. To see the details of item, click on its name, or you can say show number like this, show number 2. To modify item, click on this icon, change details and click on edit, or you can say edit item complete or edit item pura ho gaya. And to cancel the modification, click on cancel or say cancel edit item. Now to see just negative, positive or nil stock, you can click on these options. For standard software, here is a trick. If you want to switch between full name and short name of stock item, you can click here on show hide. As you can see, the name of items are changing. Now to download it as Excel, click on Excel, or to print or email this detail, click on print or email button respectively. That's it. Thanks for watching. Ultimately, we want you to know that if you want to have your dream project real, that is software or web application, you can call us or send an application request to us because we give you 100% satisfaction guarantee. Moreover, you can pay your project amount in EMI, that is easy monthly installment with 0% interest. So what are you waiting for? It's time to convert your dream to real life.